Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare. Ram Hare, Jaya Krishna Hare. Ram Hare, Jaya Krishna Hare. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami. Nayana Patagami Bhavatuma. Nayana Patagami Bhavatuma. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath. Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Bhavatume. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Gaur Premanandi. Vishnavad Paramam Privrajakacharya Stottara Shata Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Abhay Chanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi Ki Jai Brahma Matra Gaudiya Sampradaya Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraya Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Mugam Karoti Vachalam Bangulangayate Girim Yatrpatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinadadinam Paramanandamadavam Chaitanya Ishwaram. Welcome to all for the morning Bhagavatam. Blessed by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we have such a wonderful arrangement that we have Mangalarati, we have nice Krishna Prasadam in between morning breakfast. So, and again, Bhagavatam class. Afterwards, nice kirtan, nice bhajan. What a wonderful place ISKCON is it not? And everything free of cost. So, every activity in Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON, we are so much obligated to him that he always thinks of us only, nobody else. Right? He always thinks of his devotees. Why? Is that he sees we are all partners of Krishna. We are somehow lost away, but land up here. So Prabhupada takes care so much, so nicely that our mind should not get disturbed by the external forces. So this morning program that Srila Prabhupada and evening program that Prabhupada introduced, it's like a sandwich, it's covered. And the center, some activities. But today's class, which Srila Prabhupada is speaking, also in one place, Prabhupada talks on the same shloka. He is explaining that how it is important for us to be under the shelter of Krishna all the time. So he gives the example of Pandavas. So Krishna consciousness is all about this, especially we talk about Mahabharata. We have Pancha Pandavas. They were well protected by Krishna. In the same way, Prabhupada's army, so many Pandavas are there, not just 5. So we all have to be protected. So Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing that we have to follow the mood of the Pandavas. That, and he talks about Kunti and her prayers. So it it contributes towards our own growth. How being born in a very rich family, kingly family, but still they had to undergo so much of difficulties in life. Small aberrations in our life or some difficulties, we become bewildered. Hey, what's happening? I'm chanting, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But here Krishna was there all the time with them, but still they were undergoing difficulty. Is it not? So when difficulties come, just think about Krishna, the Pandavas. Then you'll be relieved. Oh no, they had more problem. I have less. So a reconciling process with the problems of life, seeing forth, this is, I deserve this problem. This helps us to make progress in Krishna consciousness. If you don't see it and you start grumbling, I have problems, and problems will always be there. That's why the Bhagavatam, the Puranas, all this, it will emphasize on that material world means problem. So if this is not thought about daily and how to get out of the problem, the only solution is to be with the person who removes your problem. So now we have come to a threshold of our life changing, of the new temple coming up. Our devotees are slowly seeing that board is put 62 days, 61 days, 60 days. So there is a climax coming up. But for the climax, Srila Prabhupada talks about is, why is it necessary? You should know how to live in this temple. How to live in the consciousness what Krishna wants, what the Guru wants. So you can be in the temple, but you may not be having Krishna consciousness. Is it not? So the purpose of staying in a temple is to be Krishna conscious all the time. But you come here and you be conscious of your own all the time. Oh, this is my problem, that is my problem. But you are there, but your progress is shunted. You will not make progress the way you want. And apart from that, you will blame the lordships, guru. See, I'm not making progress. Problem is weight we are carrying, and they are telling you, you remove the weight. You don't want to remove the weight. So it is necessary for us to, introspect of our progress with the help of oneself and the others. So Bhagavatam helps like that. The association helps. Reading helps. And certainly problems do help you, because you will contemplate on the problem. Why did this problem come? If you don't contemplate on these things, then again progress is, we are just looking around the honey which is inside the bottle. You are looking outside. So it's a serious, Krishna consciousness is a serious journey. It's not a casual journey. It can be casual, you come into Krishna consciousness, but that is causeless. But once you come in here, if you don't grab the mercy, and you are telling, where is the mercy, where is the mercy? Everywhere mercy. But you don't know where to take it. So mercy is something which is very, very important. And this particular sloka emphasizes on the necessity of having the personality together with you. What is she telling here is that in the sloka we'll go. So it clearly emphasizes Krishna, you're going. We're going to miss you. So this is what Prabhupada fulfilled for us. So Dwapar Yuga, the personality of God personally was there, present. But in Kali Yuga, he is there in Archa Vigraha. He is there as a person who is in the altar, a person who is in the Murti. So that gap is, made understand by our spiritual master. So now coming to the temple, if you do not develop relation with their lordships, So still that gap will be there. Yeah, you'll not understand it. So person, the purpose of building the temple, the purpose of by our charyas doing this is nothing but Kali Yuga, you require a temple, you require deities, you require services, you require guru. At that time where Krishna was there in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna was only guru for everything, even though there were others. But Krishna was the prime focus for Pandavas. So Srila Prabhupada created that kind of atmosphere for all of us. So like common man can relate with God. Common man can relate with Krishna. So the potency of Prabhupada's words and your implicit faith on Prabhupada's words is very, very necessary. As long as you are ignorant, some exemptions can be given. But to remain in ignorance is very dangerous. I didn't say that. See that. Conch is blowing. So don't remain in ignorance. All right, you're ignorant, but you came to ISKCON. Remaining ignorant here is absolutely foolish. So coming to the temple means grabbing the mercy, feeling the association of devotees, hearing Krishna Katha together, having prasadam together, talking to each other. Tushyanti cha ramanti. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita. So when sadhu sangha happens, all this matters a lot. So complacency in Krishna consciousness, it's not there in this dictionary. And if it is there, please remove it. If you have complacency in our life, you can't make progress. There should be ulta, seriousness. You have to be serious of making progress, because 2-3 hours you are spending in the temple, grab the whole mercy. If you don't, then you're losing out something. Krishna consciousness is a serious program. In the beginning, you may have some difficulties, but gradually, then you start chanting, you understand, you do so many things. At the same time, the consciousness should start changing in the heart, and your work towards, you may be appearing doing materialist things, but it is Krishna consciousness. That's what Prabhupada explains. It may appear that a devotee may be doing mundane things, but he is not. He is doing it for Krishna, because he's surviving there in the Maya, but is enjoying Krishna consciousness. You have to just survive outside. But you want real enjoyment, that is here. So if that enjoyment you want to enjoy everywhere, that means you should perceive Krishna everywhere you go. But that will take time. So that's why Prabhupada said, till you do all that, so temple is necessary. So all the Goswamis, everybody built one temple, and they started relating, they used to do service to their lordships. So in Kali Yuga, difficult to build temples for each one. So Prabhupada had temples built in such a way that all of us can go to the temple. So ISKCON is come out of that kind of a place where you can come and relate with the Lord, understand him personally, and make. So he calls it educational institution. He calls this an educational institution where you come and get educated, make progress, make others progress. You learn, and you make others learn, and you do it with utmost sensitivity, utmost care, lovable, laughable, enjoyable. So that is what ISKCON is. If somebody is not experiencing that, means it's not problem with the society, it's a problem with the individual. Hey, why am I not enjoying this? Go and ask somebody, some problem is there with the temple or with me? Then you can decide for yourself. So if a person is 24 hours Krishna consciousness and making, that's what is on our board. It's giving you a platform to be Krishna conscious, to be Krishna in the heart. And so much profuse of knowledge is there for to understand. Suppose you get admitted to the best college and you come in ranks, things like that. That means you are blessed. You have got all this. But that is incomplete without Krishna. You may have many things in society, the best thing. You have the best doctor, the best hospital. But if Krishna doesn't bless, you are in the disease only. Huh? Is it not? You may have everything wonderful. But at the point of time, if Krishna doesn't bless you, you can't do anything. You have the best doctor flown from different parts of the world. Maybe the demigods do come. But Krishna's hand is not there, and you will not survive. No? You will go. So this is one thing which we have to keep contemplating on, that I am fortunate. Krishna's blessing is there on me. But there is a path to go. There is a roadmap. Okay, this is what it is. Sadhana Bhakti. But sadhana bhakti also go with the characters aspect, which is the etiquette of a devotee's progress is very, very necessary. Here you have to go on, add on the wonderful qualities of Krishna. That's what this the Kunti Suti is talking about, various qualities of Krishna. She glorifies him like anything. At the same time, he says, I don't want to lose you. So these two things is common for us all. It is nothing that only it is for her. That's why it is compelled in the Bhagavad. These prayers are compelled in such a way that we too feel that kind of thing and enjoy that kind of relationship between ourselves, also with the deities. So association means it is associating with everything which is related with Krishna. Whether it is services, whether it is offering, whether it is hearing, reading, everything is association. If it is about Krishna, otherwise it will become material. So if at all devotees in this world, if they are making progress, because of two things. One is your cooperation with their lordships, and second thing is, and the main thing is, Guru's blessings. So Guru's blessing is already there. He has created such a wonderful society where everyone in the world, outside world, can come, can become recipient and make his life successful. So, but etiquette is something which is, if you don't inculcate the good qualities of a Vaishnava, and still making progress is very, very difficult. They're extraordinary people. They can be of good qualities, everything. But if Krishna is not there, everything is zero. So you have to meditate on this. How can I get good qualities? How can I get these things imbibed in my heart? And that happens in the temple. That happens when you associate devotees. So sadhu sangha means what is that qualities he has? How can I embrace those qualities? So if that is not what we are looking, we just come and go. It will be like, Dvipada Pashu, just two-legged animal. An animal comes and goes. So we don't have to be like that. You have to come here. Mercy is concentrated here. So in this concentrated, open the bottle. That means open your head bottle, take it out and go inside. Don't come, beat around the bottle and go. Come here. So mercy is here. Everything is here. Many times, mercy, mercy. Mercy is spread. Every wall is a mercy. Every atom is a mercy because he's holding you. Everything which is here is not material. It may appear to be material, but Krishna is sitting here. And Krishna is come here because of Prabhupada. You understand? That is very, very important. When Acharya comes. It is necessary. Wherever Prabhupada went, he took Krishna there. Krishna, you sit here. You please give them all the mercy. I am recommending. Otherwise, you cannot expand like this. Impossible. 108 temples, different places. Thousands or more will come up. And Krishna is expanding. What is 100,000, 16,100? He will expand more than that because of Prabhupada. How many temples have to come in this world? We have some billions of people around the world. Every one of you should equally pretend to open a temple or assist a temple opening, because these temples are oases for the world to embrace and make progress in life. Is there anything wrong, I said? Are you not experiencing? What is your all background? You're all coming from different backgrounds. You don't know even how you took birth. But here Krishna is explaining, I know where you are born, who's your father, mother, everything. He's giving you the address complete. We don't even know. Somebody is telling, he is my parent, he is my father. Go to that, what is that? Birth center. They will tell you who is my father, who is mother. Otherwise, you don't even know that. So unless you don't know the pitfalls of this material world and the illusions which is creating in this world, you can't make progress in spiritual life. The acknowledgement where Krishna says, I'm Bija Padapidaha, I'm the seed giving father. Why are we forgetting that? Prahlad Maharaj explains in his Bhagavatam prayers, he is telling that, my dear Lord, people are telling my parents will protect. It is wrong. It is you who is protecting, he says. In one of the slokas, he says, he admits, Balasya, he is telling that Bala is coming from you, my dear Lord. See, my own father is not able to protect me. So they are intermediate. Everybody is there. They are trying to protect little. I'm not denying overall. They're giving you, but they cannot deliver you. If you think they will protect me, no. Acharya will protect them. They may just give you certain things which helps you, good clothing, good house, good infrastructure, everything. But that is not ultimate. No? That's not ultimate. So you should hear Prahlad Maharaj when he is teaching to the young children. Don't think your parents will protect you. No, my father is they will protect. But after some time, you don't know, my father cheated me. This is what is happening in the world. Because the moment they leave this world, they wanted to do the best, but they don't have age. Their life is gone in that body. So that is why Srila Prabhupada time and again he was telling, you are not the body, you are not the body, you are not the body. Many people say, why Prabhupada is telling you are not the body, you are not the body? Because we don't understand that. Simple thing, we are not the body. Is it not? Sometimes devotees also, Prabhupada is repeating the same thing. Because we deserve to hear more and more and make progress. So when we hear like realization, now let us take example of Dhruva Maharaj. He also wanted something which is most opulent, bigger than his grandfather. That means, which is even Brahma cannot fulfill. You ask something which Brahma also cannot fulfill. Just like Hiranyakashipu said, that you make me immortal. He says, I myself am not immortal. How can I make you? In the same way, Dhruva Maharaj is asking, but Krishna fulfilled it. Right. But the moment he saw Krishna, I made a mistake. I was looking for some pebbles, then what is that, stones. What when I have you, why should I think of him? That is what you all have to understand coming to ISKCON. Please don't think it's an ordinary moment. It can give you eternity. But are you going to cooperate? So, you are going to cooperate, whether where your body will cooperate, all that matters to us. So Bhagavatam is that which is helping us to create a nice atmosphere for us to learn, understand, relish, like what Kunti is experiencing. So an important point from this we can understand is she's telling that, oh, in difficulty now you are going, what will happen to us? That means her constant fear of Krishna not being there is going to trouble her. Is it not? Prabhupada explains very nice. So let's go to the so now if you look at these 26 slokas of Krishna, Kunti Stuti, she is talking about the supreme qualities and she says, you are beyond my comprehension. Then she praises Krishna's form, she salutes him, and she says that you are always protecting my family. She is constantly praying calamity should be there so that you are always there with my Lord. So and she's talking about the divine qualities. So she's going and going on. And at one point she says, Krishna is very difficult to understand you. Huh? That you are a normal person. So Krishna, Kunti is talking about all these things in such a way that it establishes the fact that she is not ordinary. She is disassociating from her own birth. She is also telling that I am more fortunate than your own mother, she said, because you are protecting us so much. These are her words, which is there in the Bhagavad. So it clearly says, and she goes with that, uh, giving that sloka from the Bhagavad Gita, that you are equal to everybody. She says that, oh, you are taking care of me more than your mother. That means Sammoham Sarvabhu, that means he is equal to everybody. So she is establishing the fact that Bhagavad Gita, what he spoke, is everything is true with her Shruti. So it is how you extract this honey about these prayers, very, very important. Because these prayers is nothing but can be our prayers too, and how we can make progress. And it destabilizes our very established in the world of Maya. Oh my God, everything is not good here. Right? So, so in this particular sloka, she's coming to 1837. Api adya nastvam swakrahito prabho jihasasi swasrudo nujivihnaha yesham nachanyat bhavataha padam bujat parasyanam rajuso yojitam asam. Anybody can try? Api adyatvam swakritehi prabho. You can see? Jiha sasi swato suhrodo nujivinaha. Go on. Jiha. Yesham. One more. Mataji. Apyadhi Prabhu. Yesham Janyam Bhayam Bhujam. Word to word. Api, if, Adya, today, Naha, us, Tvam, you, Swakrita, self-executed, Ihata, all duties, Prabhu, my Lord, Jihasasi, giving up, Swit, possibly, Suhradaha, intimate friends, Anujivinaha, living at the mercy of Yesham, of whom, Na, Nar, Cha, and Anyat, anyone else, Bhavataha, your Padam Bhujat, from the lotus feet, Parayanam, dependent, Rajasu, onto the king, Yojita, engaged in Amhasanam, enmity. Translation and purport by the Divine Grace of Vaishnava in the Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Oh my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. You are leaving us today, though we are completely dependent on your mercy and no one else to protect us. Now, when all these kings are at enmity with us, kindly repeat responsibly. Oh my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you are you leaving us today, though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us. And now when all the kings are at enmity with us, purport. Very interesting purport. Please meditate how many times this word mercy is being used. The Pandavas are most fortunate because with all the good luck, they were entirely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. In the material world, to be dependent on mercy of someone else is the utmost sign of misfortune. Finally meditate. You are depending on your parents, you are depending on your school, you are depending on your teachers, friends, husband, then what about your jobs? They're giving mercy, right? So looking at, see, Prabhupada says, it is abominable. So, but in case of transcendental relation with Lord, it is the most fortunate case when we live in completely dependent on the Lord. The material disease used to thinking of becoming independent of everything. Don't even remove the word independent, very dangerous. But cruel material nature does not allow us to become independent. You want to become independent, it's not allowing you. Huh? 1 hour more class, you'll be worried. Pet ka problem hai, he's giving more extended class. So everything is got a problem because you are dependent on all the senses which is going to. I will just imagine how 22 hours Haridas Thakur was doing. Right? Look at that. Srila Prabhupada would get up early in the morning, right? Hardly they were thinking of, everything was coming up. So it's not that it cannot happen. Well, half an hour more one Sunday, what is that, little more extra class? Doesn't matter. So why thinking that way, you will slowly start becoming independent of your senses. Keep quiet. I want to hear half an hour more. You will keep quiet. Because ultimately it's the mind which is troubling us. So you have to get used to this, especially when you come to the temple. Don't be eager to go back. Never. Then you can never go to Vaikuntha. Because Sunday is a day with the Lord. Let us assume that. Because even if you don't want to associate outside world, but 6 days you have to work, papi, pek, come on. So that is there. So it is not possible. So 6 days, somehow we have to work. But when you come to the temple, or when you come for an association, that don't compromise here. Here, little compromise here will not sustain you in Krishna consciousness for a longer time because your mind is always there. No, I have to do this, I have to do that. This is the only place where you have to leave everything outside. And is it not? Many times I have told you, even if it is a brand new slippers, put it outside. You can't bring it in. Is it not? So you can't. In the same way, this mind is like that. You please be outside. Let me be myself with my Lord. When you husband and wife get married, they want to be alone. It's like that. We want to be wedded with their Supreme Lord. We don't want in between somebody there. Is it not? Mother-in-law, father-in-law, so many people coming in. You'll get frustrated. Hey, why is this? Let us marry. Let us be with them. Let us have some independent. So that is all Krishna consciousness is all about, a beautiful marriage with the Lord. Don't let anybody come there, including your mind. Allow the mind, please cooperate with me. So it can happen. And that is only by practice. So here Srila Prabhupada is talking about being dependent. The cruel material nature does not allow us to become independent. The false attempt to become independent of the stringent laws of nature is known as a material advancement of the experimental knowledge. So the whole material world is moving with the false attempt of becoming independent. The laws of material nature is impossible. Beginning with Ravan, he says, who wanted to prepare a direct staircase. Huh? So, but our staircase comes. Huh? So now the highest perfection, the highest achievement of perfect civilization is to work with the valor At the same time, depend completely on the Supreme Lord. Here, Prabhupada is making this word, you work hard, no problem, but keep Krishna in the center. You go outside, you work, you make your money, you make your name, fame, everything. Doesn't matter. That will cooperate, but for pleasure of Krishna. Is it not? If Prime Minister of India is from our ISKCON, what will happen? Is it not? So, the consciousness of you going anywhere, keeping Krishna with you, we have to be determined. Let us say you're a software engineer, you go to that office and there you're reading Bhagavad Gita, they will send you home. Read Bhagavad Gita and home, do your duty there, where that person will say he will elevate you further. That means you'll have more time at home, more money with you. Material world, what is there? He says here, Prabhupada is telling, work, no problem, but work for Krishna. Work to get out of this. How many of you says you please, all of you are getting salary, right? Each one has a paycheck. So temple has got so much money, we'll give you that paycheck. Would you like to go and work there? You will work here. If necessary, you are going. But if it is not necessary, why should you go and work? But material world, the biggest rich person also has to go and work because he doesn't know what is the goal of it. Like Prabhupada said, let the scientists invent, we will use it. We will use for our, no, so many people donated, we build a temple here. But how much of benefit, how many people will get from coming here? So, Prabhupada says that the Pandavas were, he gives the example, the Pandavas were ideal executors of the standard of civilization. See, he is not denying the word of civilization. It has to be civilized. But is this a civilized world? That we don't understand. So, we are in a civilized world, but the uncivilized people are ruling it. So, the Pandavas, undoubtedly, they were completely dependent on the goodwill of Lord Krishna, but they were not idle parasites of the Lord. Another point is making that don't become a parasite. Pandavas were well, they were fighting. They did everything. He was building hospital, everything was there. They did not isolate because they were Kshatriyas. They have to rule the people. They have to make facilities. Everything has to be given. Right? Even Prithu Maharaj, when he came down, everything was destabilized. He did everything for the pleasure of Lord. So, as a Kshatriya, they're doing it. So, he's telling that. So, we should not become a burden on the temple. Come and eat nicely and sleep and go. Many times it happens that we come, okay, some things we'll do, we'll put something there. But it doesn't work like that. He's telling you be active. It is necessary that he's giving example. Prabhupada is telling all these examples that we as an army in the Pandava army, we have to also go and fight. So we should be having all this ammunition with us. How to counteract that? Nobody can distract us. So they are highly qualified, both personally and, but they are dependent on, they were completely dependent on the Lord. They were not anatha. So Prabhupada says you have to become sanata. That means dependent on Supreme Lord. So in the world outside, people are, they don't know their background at all. So they are anatha. They may think I'm so and so, but that's not true. So how to understand this? So Prabhupada is telling that those who try to become falsely independent of the Lord are called anatha, or without any guardian, whereas who are completely dependent on the will of the Lord called sanata, or those having someone to protect them. Therefore, we must try to be sanata so that we can always be protected from the unfavorable condition of material existence. By deluding power of external material nature, forget the material condition of life is most undesirable and full of perplexity. So Bhagavad Gita, therefore, directs us 7.19. Prabhupada is giving the example. Bhunam janmanam ante nanavan ma prabhadante vasudevamati mahatma sadurlabaha. Now this sloka everybody knows. But you realize that you have taken birth in ISKCON. So if you don't understand that you're such a fortunate soul, great personality of Prabhupada's blood is flowing in us, if you don't understand that, then it is waste of time. So Krishna is telling that very rare. You have to make many people take birth in this association of ISKCON all over the world. And that's why ISKCON is born, is created, where you take birth here. The birth of real knowledge, the birthplace of real progress of life, the goal of life, what not, everything is fulfilled here. This is the Akshaya Patra of that which you can go back to Godhead. So now when he is quoting these slokas, it's nice to pronounce this sloka, very nice, understand. But to put it in real practice, it's not easy. So Prabhupada continues in that purport. In the beginning of spiritual realization, while one is trying to give up one's attachment to materialism, but there is something which is he leaning towards impersonalism. That happens in this world. Why he is quoting impersonalism? Because some people are dejected. Maybe they are frustrated in material world. So they will get attracted to Surya, Chandra, Varuna, somebody which is, no, we don't see. Okay, they are there. Somehow they are. So that means there is a set of people who will fall in that category, which is correct. But they go to the next level, where is Prabhupada is. But one is further advanced, he can understand that these activities in spiritual life and these activities constitute devotional service. Now I'm bringing our institution because a person who comes with the concept of no God or which God, we don't know anything, when he comes to ISKCON, he gets to know everything. So the potency of this is you have everything of the knowledge about Lord, which is in Kali Yuga. He is in the Archa Vigraha. You step inside ISKCON, all this is available for him. Right? So now constantly meditating on oneself who come the first time in ISKCON, he lives forever in ISKCON, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Even by chance, if he goes out for some time, he comes back. Because I'll talk about what Prabhupada said in the last, desire, the moment you desire, how it will remain with you, even after death. You know that? Prabhupada quotes that. He says, even after death, your desire will be fulfilled in the next life. But not materially, not like Puranjana. He died thinking of his own wife, then he got a female body. So here Prabhupada is giving that quote, telling that when you are, even in case you don't fulfill, but you have got a chance in the next life. So now, at such a thing, realizing that he becomes attached to the supreme personality of Godhead in the temple, he surrenders him. Such is Krishna's mercy is everything. Again, mercy is coming. Understand that Lord Krishna's mercy is everything, that he is the cause of all causes, and that material manifestation is not independent from him. Thus, he thinks everything is in relation to Vasudeva, Sri Krishna. Such is the universal vision of Vasudeva, one who participates, one who surrendered to Lord. So we are trying to, try to relate this. How much fortunate we are able to get this mercy. Today, at least we are relating, okay, Lord is there. How do you achieve that? But okay, you will not go inside the altar. Somewhere from outside. There are certain things, you understand that. But still, the do's and the don'ts, you are not coming out of it. It takes more time. So you may not go inside, you may not go to the puja room. Okay, Lord is there. But Lord is in the heart also, no? When anarthas are there in the heart, still you are not able to realize. So sadhana bhakti is there. It's required there that you start meditating on, remove those also. When you're making a frame like that, so these are also present, which is there. That can happen through this mercy. When you are externally identifying with the Supreme Lord, He is there. So it takes more time for you to realize that He is there. So that is the reason Srila Prabhupada says temples are necessary. When you come to the temple, there are don'ts and do's. What you can do, what you cannot do. That cannot happen in your house. You do what you want. Nobody cares. Even though prarabdhas make you do certain things which you don't want to do, but it happens, right? Still, you may think you're independent in your house, but the moment somebody comes and tell you, go bring this, you have to go. No, I'm not going to the details. So many things are there. So you may think, so you're not free. So if our understanding with the Supreme Lord is complete that way, so you're bound that mercy. Whatever you do, okay, I am duty bound to be a servant. So let me accept. So that is what is surrender, he said. When you accept, I have no other go to fall at your lotus feet. That is what is praise of. He says, that point she's making is that even though all the Kauravas are dead, who knows, their children may be there. That is what Prabhupada explains in another purport. He says that she feared, even though we have got back the kingdom, but still enemy camp, many residues may be there. So this is how we understand that she doesn't want to get separate. Krishna, you are going, but it appears to me that your going is not necessary, because I don't know that there will be many people who are in that parampara. Yes, we had Ashwatthama, we had Krupacharya. They did trouble. Didn't they? After Krishna left. So that is there for us, that we also should understand that always seeking the association of the Lord and devotees is necessary for us. It is absolute necessary for us. Otherwise, it's not possible. We don't know. Everything is perfect. We take everything. But when we go a little independent nature in the house, that little freedom will make us do many things. Especially people in this world who have a lot of money, who have a lot of wealth, who have a lot of position. For them to go back to Godhead is impossible. Unless a ISKCON devotee goes there. Because he will tell him that Baba is all there. So it is necessary that the mood of Srila Prabhupada was so magnanimous. He had space for everybody, whether rich, whether poor. But he says space is there. So for that, Srila Prabhupada continues that Bhagavad Gita. He is giving the explanation that Chandogya Upanishad, he says 5.115. Navai vacho na chakshumi na sotrani na manamsti achakshate prana iti eva chakshate prano hi eva thani sarvani bhutani bhavanti. He says, in the body of the living, kindly hear attentively, in the body of the living being, neither power to speak, nor the power to see, nor the power to hear, nor the power to think is the prime factor. It is the life which is the center of action. Similarly, if Lord Vasudeva, on the personality of God, Lord Krishna, is the prime entity in everything in this body. There are powers of speaking, seeing, hearing, mental activities. It is because of Krishna. Krishna has ordered all the 33 crore devatas. Baba, take care of all these people. Please help them out. So in the process, if you see, whatever the power you are having today is coming from that source. The moment it is goes, is that. That means he is giving comparison. This body, that Atma is there in the body. If this Atma is not there, this body is useless. No? But that Atma, where is that power coming from? Is Paramatma. So Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing that all the power is coming from there. So that power which is going to be available for you every Sunday morning, or with association devotees, with all this, why do you want to compromise? Is it not? So all this is a compliment. If we just allow our mind, please listen to this. That's what it is. So the sign, he says, if that person who is like this is called a Mahatma, he says, a person. So he calls all the Pancha Pandavas as Mahatma. What do we think? Mahatma Gandhi or what? He's a Mahatma. Because in the perception of material world, anybody does some good activity, he's a Mahatma. Huh? When you separate that Maha Atma, then you will know the difference. Mahatma is one entity, is the name. Mahatma. That's all. But if you understand what is Mahatma is, Mahatma means that powerful Atma. It is identified with the Atma, not the person. So in the material world, Mahatma means, oh, Gandhiji, or so and so, who is a good person. But according to Bhagavad Gita, according to Srila Prabhupada's understanding, giving us, Mahatma are those people who are constantly with Paramatma. You understand? Who are constantly with Paramatma and engaging whatever he directs. So, according to Srila Prabhupada, he says Panchapandavas are Mahatma. And what is Srila Prabhupada himself? Huh? So, these are all things which, if you don't meditate and scrutinizingly contemplate on oneself to make progress, be difficult. Because our constant endeavor, the moment we leave the association of devotees, is that so much mundane activities are there we have to do. We'll get lost. So it is necessary for us, association is, when we take that, you grab the whole mercy. Otherwise it becomes difficult. It is not only Pandavas. So here Queen Kunti is talking about the lessons from Bhagavad Gita and all the Puranas, especially Bhagavad Purana, are therefore inevitably connected with the history of Pandava Mahatmas. Huh? So now we are associating with this is nothing but those extraordinary people who are there, associating with that or associating with good people in this world. A lot of difference. This Mahatma is identified of the body. That's all. It's nothing to do with Atma at all. But this identity which is coming from Bhagavata is the identity for not the body, it's the Atma. So that's the difference. Now going further, Kunti is therefore, Srimati Kunti, therefore she's telling, felt the separation like a thunderbolt. The whole player of Queen Kunti is trying to pursue Lord to stay with them. After the battle of Kurukshetra, although the inimical kings were killed, but their sons and grandsons were still there to deal with Pandavas. So there is a fear. It is not only Pandavas who are put into the condition of enmity, but all of us are always in such condition. See how Prabhupada is relating. All of us are in such conditions. And the best way of living is to become completely dependent on the will of the Lord and thereby overcome all the difficulties of material existence. So now that strength that Srila Prabhupada is talking about, that it gives you the strength to overcome the material anxieties, the material perplexities, and you are a Jita. You will win. So that is what Srila Prabhupada is hinting from the fear of Kunti, that you cannot live on. You have to be there. So if you always think the fear of Maya, oh, when it will attack us, how it's going to be, then you are anxious, you are aware of it. Oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. So that constant endeavor to be of this material world is a problem, that constant thinking like that will make us to get relief. If I'm the other one. The other thinking is, oh, if I'm with Krishna, this is not a problem. So continuing in that, so Prabhupada says, so this is a very nice verse for the surrendered souls seeking protection of Krishna. This he speaks somewhere else with the same sloka. He is giving his purport. He's talking about, I think Los Angeles he spoke this. He's talking about the same sloka. He says, so this is very nice verse for the surrendered soul seeking protection from Krishna. And if we remain in that position, that our only protector is Krishna, our only duty is to serve him, then our life is successful. Any doubt? See, how an acharya relates, it doesn't relate with the body, it relates with the mind. You have to keep your mind open when you come into the Bhagavatam class, because if it goes somewhere else, then you're wasting. The purpose of life The purpose of successful life is some gain. If there is no gain, why will you go to work? There has to be gain. Is it not? So the purpose of studying the Bhagavatam, the purpose of associating with devotees, the purpose of sadhana bhakti is to gain, and that is available. That's what Prabhupada says. You embrace Krishna and his devotees and this society. You will make progress. Material world, you have to somehow swim, come out of it. But there is an end. Huh? You see a ray of hope, a ray of light. So a person who lands in the association with devotees, that is the lamp which is available for him. So he has to climb up and come inside. Okay. So this boat of Krishna conscious movement is the hope for the entire world. But if you don't realize what you will convince others, you will confuse them. Sometimes it's a hodgepodge. We'll learn here and there and we'll go at something, confuse some people and go. Sometimes it happens even somebody comes in social media, that media, this media. He may have some good stuff in it, but we puts it in a wrong way and we disturb the whole society. So the world of Krishna consciousness is not 1%. I know somewhat of soul. But the souls which are not Krishna conscious, you don't know the numbers, right? So how can small number, it takes time. So we are growing. Our movement is only about 50, 60-year old. So it's growing. So a time will come where 500 temples will be in Bangalore. Because every house will become a temple. So that is the point. You understand, Prabhupada is too smart. He created a temple and he also sold the temples to everybody's heart. Take it. How he sold? By Krishna Prasadam. So Purushottam Mas, very nice thing. Temple is going to come up. So I request all of you, people who are around the temple, at least one program in your house in a month. Have some kirtan program. That's all. I'm not asking more. People who are here, 60 houses, 40 houses, 50 houses, whatever you are. You one day in a month, do some Hari Katha, some Hari Kirtan. That's all. I'm not asking anything. I mean, Prabhupada wanted like that. I'm asking only one day. Dedicate that. Call your neighbors. Don't call devotees. They have their houses. Don't worry. Call your neighbors. Love their neighbors. Call them. Have some kirtan, bhajan, and have wonderful devotees come. They will smile and give some Krishna Katha, and everybody will be pulled up. That's how it will spread. Can we do that? So many grihasthas there. If you have difficulty in cooking, no problem. We will send Prasad. Krishna is ready for that. Depend on the temple, na? We will do that. But you should will your house there. That's all. One day in a month. That's all we want. 60 houses means 60 programs. Just imagine. If 20 people come to these 60 programs, 20 each, 20 into 60, how much? Wow. It's doable, right? It's doable. I'm not asking every week. It has to become every week, every day. A day will come like that. It will happen, but doesn't matter. So think about this. I'm just making a request. A request also can be rejected. No problem. But it doesn't matter. You are also our family. You are coming to the temple. Some obligation will be there now with the Lord. Our temple president is asking one day, let's give it. You can think like that also. But it doesn't matter because Krishna consciousness is all about giving. Nobody gives, doesn't matter. Because how many of us are really paying back to Krishna? But still so much compassion is there for the Lord. So, continuing is this. So Krishna, our only duty is to serve Krishna, then our life is successful. So your life will be more successful one day in a month. Okay. So this conversation which is going on between Kunti and Krishna, when Krishna was going home after establishing Pandavas in their kingdom, finished the battle. Krishna is going back home, Dwarka, and farewell, and Kunti is offering this prayer. So many times we go for yatra, we go for so many associations different times. you would have enjoyed your best, right? Materially also, when we go college picnics and all, you enjoy. When you are about to depart, it was such a nice time, right? We do think such a nice time we had. Same way, Krishna consciousness is all about when you repent that what a wonderful day it was, what a wonderful yatra, then Krishna will make it thathastu. That means he will have more enjoyment. See, ultimately, Krishna consciousness is all about enjoyment. Who wants to struggle like struggle here, enjoy there. Struggle here because it's going to give you spiritual freedom. Because that is a momentary. After enjoyment, you have to suffer. Because that is a two-side coin now, enjoyment and suffering. Here, there is only enjoyment. It may appear suffering, but it is not. Right? Because there is prasadama in another 1 hour. Time and again, I'm giving you the enthusiasm, little more time, like that. So, Queen Kunti is telling Yesham Nachan Anyad Bhavata Padam Bujo. This is called full dependence. This is called surrender. So Prabhupada says that 6 process of surrender is this one about Anukulyasya Sankalpaha Pratikulyasya Varjanam. And believe that Krishna will give protection. So full faith and to count oneself as one of the servant of Krishna is Sharanagati. This is the conclusion. What does it mean? Oh, I am one member. Process has started. It will take time. Don't worry. Even a fruit, it will take time for it to ripen. Is it not? So you don't have to prejudge things. Okay, it's not going to. It is not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Everything will happen. Because the faith in the Guru, faith in the Tattva is very, very important. So Srila Prabhupada says, don't think we are safe now. We are not safe. Without your protection, we are all unsafe. This should be position of devotee. Now Srila Prabhupada is teaching us how we should think. He is telling us that we are not safe now. Without your protection, we are always unsafe. This is the position of a devotee. We are in very dangerous position. At any point of time, Maya will catch. As soon as we are little inattentive, now I have done my duty, let me take rest. No rest in Krishna consciousness. He says, no rest in Krishna consciousness. The moment you rest, that means you're dead. Because Atma never died. Dehatma Buddhi. So Srila Prabhupada is very conscious about. So when you actually transit between the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam, and when you see that when we're studying together, I will tell you the progress what we make is extraordinary. Because it gives you the 360 degrees of understanding. You cannot let go. That's why Srila Prabhupada was mixing up Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and the nectar of devotion. All that he was bringing it together so that 360 degrees of view to remain in Krishna consciousness. But that is the intelligence of Prabhupada. And that intelligence is not intelligence, it's the mercy. Because he did not want anybody to go out. But for that, our cooperation is required. So our cooperation is required. It is not possible. So, continuing there. So, therefore, the verse of Rupa Goswami, it says, Avyartha kalatvam namagane sada ruchi pratis tad vishati sthale. Chaitanya Madhya Leela, it says, there are symptoms of advanced devotees. What is that? Namagane sada ruchi. He is never tired of chanting or singing or dancing. No times of feeling ruchi taste. Oh, very nice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So now Srila Prabhupada is making this the symptom of. So when you are looking at this, when you make progress in spiritual life, when you are going home, when you are in different atmosphere, but if that constant thinking is coming up, oh, Krishna is by my side, that is the symptom. So wherever we go, let us say you go to a marriage. Let us say you go some association, some office, some movement. But when you don't involve in that what mundane talks, and you are still there, and you get a chance and you bring in Krishna there, that makes complete. Many times it happens, is it not? When we meet our relatives, there is an opportunity where they will get into Gramme Katha. So in that process, you are waiting for a chance when I will speak about Krishna. So that is your eagerness should be there. Somewhere I have to click. But don't do in a way that he'll run away from that. So you have to have a smartness in giving. That is where Krishna Gulab Jamuns worked for Srila Prabhupada in America. He says love feast. So what is that love feast? Was the Gulab Jamun. Even if they don't like anything, they will eat Gulab Jamun because that is the taste of Krishna. You will enjoy and go. अरे यार सब कुछ अच्छा नहीं था, वो सभी out of place था, मत गुलाब जामुन अच्छा था. That is what it is. They will get caught somewhere. So you go on feeding this gulab jamun every Sunday to him, and one day he will become Krishna conscious gulab jamun. And that's why you are all sitting here. Is it not? One day we were there. Iskan. Prashadam bahut acha hai yaar udhar. Prashadam is very good. Who knows? One day you were only cooking there. Krishna can turn the tables. Because your sincerity was there. Your appreciation was genuine. That is important. Your appreciation was genuine. So Krishna knew, he is sitting in the heart. This guy both अच्छा से बोल रहा है, दिल से बोल रहा है. इसको mercy मिलना है. Mercy means sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti will help you. So it is necessary to get beating. If a horse has to run faster, what will happen? It has to be beaten up, right? So Krishna consciousness is sadhana bhakti is beating ourselves with eagerness. Even though you may appreciate it's not good, but nevertheless, hey, utna hai, 4 o'clock, we have to chant our rounds. You know, that's how our Acharya said, beat the mind with the chappals, with the broom. It is not just like that they made these statements. This is the reality. Today, if you are all sitting here, somewhere you have beaten your mind, is it not? What do you think? How many years you are in Krishna consciousness? How many years? Huh? Only 20. No, I think you're more than that. Now the way she's sitting here today, you can understand that she still believes in this. She has a faith. So that is this. But how many of them were there when she was there? So many have left and gone. But seed is already planted there. So Prabhupada said, let's be proud of the people who are staying back. People may go, they'll come back. So for that also there is remedy. So now he is talking about the symptom. Just like Rupa Goswami, he was thinking, I have got only one tongue, 2 years. What shall I chant? He was thinking, if I could get millions of tongues and trillions of years, then I could release something by chanting and hearing. This is what Acharya is telling. We have to hear with only 2 ears and this. But Rupa Goswami. So look at the standards of their understanding is going. Even though Srila Prabhupada gave us this mercy of just chanting 16 rounds, right? For people who are chanting more than 16 rounds, he says, do your duty, then you chant your round. Because there were other duties also we have to do now. My Guru Maharaj was telling that. He was telling that, yeah, I got 32 rounds, 60 rounds. Prabhupada said, first you chant 16, do the temple construction, afterwards you chant the balance, he said. He told him that. So it is necessary to do, see, our Krishna conscious movement is not working in isolation. It has so many variegatedness, so many varieties. Somebody has to build the temple, somebody has to cook, somebody has to DT dressing, so many. If you go on sitting and 24 hours sitting, why you sitting in Radha Kund is better. I don't know whether to go back there, but here you will go back. Sitting there 22 hours and chanting, there is a doubt whether you will go back. But here 2 hours you chant and you do where you will go back. Because we don't know what is your consciousness there. Shrama is very important, what we put. So our Prabhupada's movement is fighting in the field, not inside. Not inside our courtyard. Our field is outside. Nagaradi, Gram. We have to go outside and Nagar Sankirtan. So many activities we have to do. So one thing is that. Now next point is talking about Sanatan goes. Now you think this is your body. So we are taking, protecting whatever we are doing, trying to go. Now, according to Lord Chaitanya, when Sanatan Goswami got that too many wounds in his body, when he went and surrendered, Lord Chaitanya would come and embrace him. He will feel dirty clothes. Dirty clothes itself you will not go. If the wounds are pouring and things like that, and Lord is coming and embracing, he is feeling that, oh my God, tomorrow I'm going to commit suicide. So he is telling that I'm going to commit suicide. I don't want to, because Lord Chaitanya, he gives me far, no problem. But first thing is he will come and embrace me. Who can do that? Can you do that? Even a beggar outside, they will keep away. My God, keep him away. In fact, happened in Montreal Temple about 4-5 years back when I was there. So some people came. I was also sitting at the back. People were so much foreigners. So they allowed them to come, and it was so bad. Certainly it was so much of bad odor was there. But still we had to sit tight. Because they've come to the temple. They are sitting there. No doubt one day they'll come with clean clothes. But you have to bear. No? Sometimes it happens. But for that, Lord Chaitanya, when he said that the next day when he met him, he is a Paramatma, he knows everything. He knows Sanatana Goswami. Oh, you're planning to take suicide. When did you think the body is yours? That is mine, he said. This body does not belong to you, Baba. You already belong to me. So if I tell you, then only you give this body. This is Lord Chaitanya. So in Krishna consciousness is all about when we come, gradually we should understand everything belongs to Krishna, body belongs. So Prabhupada gives this example that you should understand as we make progress in Krishna consciousness, gradually everything should be doubtful in Lord Sarva. It may take some time. But if consciousness is there, it's fine. So let us assume mundane level. What do you mundane level? People join army, join Air Force, join Navy. How many of them would have pledged, I will not retreat, I will give my life? Do you know that they will sign one agreement? Huh? Have you any time signed? You want to join army? So are they surrendered souls? I'm just giving you an example. That means there are people who are ready to give life if they get payments. Because they did not get job anywhere. Army to mil raha, jayenge udhar. So he has to go in the forward, he has to fight. That means he knows he has to give his life. There are some people will dedicate that. There is no doubt. Many Vaishnavas, they were there. Even Krishna had it, Vaishnava army, which fought against themselves. It fought against Krishna only. You know that. They went on the Pandava side. I mean, Kaurava side. So don't stay with Krishna and fight against him. But that for that you should be like Kamsa, all the time, 24 hours thinking of it. So in between is very dangerous. Either fully become dead enemy, this half enemy is not good. Because Krishna chooses such people. So here Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Lord Chaitanya instructs that when you're making progress in Krishna consciousness, gradually, one dog, you give one time on bread, it will always be behind you. And every day coming and eating Krishna consciousness program every day, how you cannot be that dog? Is it not? Just think in that terms. A person who is giving you eternity and there is no life after and Vaikuntha, how much we should be obligated, not just wag the tail. The dog, what is just wags the tail. But we can dedicate ourselves in making this Krishna conscious program a successful. Make one's life success and make others. So a defense, a person who joins, he very well knows he's giving his life if he has to go to war. In the same way, Krishna conscious person also fights this war of Maya, that when we go and preach, so many people speak so many things. But does not matter. We have to, that's why we do Harinam Sankirtan, Brihat Mridangam, we go, we do all that so that people, even if they don't want, they have to hear. So this is what is Krishna conscious program it is. So now Prabhupada concludes, he says, this decision that our body, those who are Krishna conscious, those who are working for Krishna, they should not think that body belongs to him. It is already dedicated to Krishna. So it must be kept very carefully, without any neglect. Just like you are taking care of the temple because it is Krishna's place, we should take care of our body because Krishna is sitting in the heart. You understand? Why I am telling all this is also there is a background behind. Because in 6 to 8 days, we are going to open the temple. If you don't take care of your body, then you should not feel sick at that time. So, because anything we want to do, something which is very important, that means we'll take care of our health now. So Srila Prabhupada says, if you have to serve Krishna better in the temple also, you have to keep your body pakka. So whatever you are doing, suppose you are going to US or somewhere, so next 1 month, you'll be very careful because your visa, ticket, everything is all determined. If you go miss the bus, what will happen? In the same way, if you're going to write an exam, you have got 1 month time, you'll be very careful what to not eat. Even your parents will be guarding you, not to eat that this. Hey Baba, exam is there. Is it not? They will be guarding you like anything. Whatever you want, they will give. So when that kind of protection is going on, and when you want to dedicate yourself to Krishna, so what do you think? You should be cautious, right? So next 62 days, please take care of your health. And after that, you have to be still more careful. That I am not telling because other people will come. You have to take care of them. Now you take care of yourself. Afterwards, there will be a fleet of people who will come. Nobody will have time. You have to take care of them. So Prabhupada says, in conclusion, we should increase our inclination to live in a place where Krishna is living. Krishna is living everywhere. That is the vision of higher devotees. Actually, he is living, but still, because we are in lower condition, we are not able to understand. That's why we require a temple. Am I reaching my goal? So Prabhupada says that here is a Krishna temple. Krishna is everywhere, but for us, we require a temple. He says, we don't have a vision to see Krishna outside, but we have a vision to see Jagannath here. Is it not? You will not pray here, there is no Jagannath here. But exalted devotee will pay everywhere. But we'll have to go down only. Because we relate, na? Is it not true or not? Let's accept the fact, na? The fact of the matter is, still we relate that wherever you are seeing, you see Krishna, that is the purity, the highest level. But when Krishna is appearing as Archa Vigraha, he gives you an opportunity to come and see him, to come and serve. I got so many devotees are working in our temple. Somebody is stitching clothes, jewelry. You come in between afternoon and all, you'll see a lot of people are working. There are many task force. This is one task force which is really 100%. Oh, task force man has come. 100 years. I was thinking of him now, and he appears. He is a task force man who is giving everybody tasks. Don't get afraid of him. He'll give you gulab jamuns also. He'll give you the task. He'll also help you how to fulfill the task. Again, coming back to the point, here see so. Therefore, Prabhupada is telling, temple is required. Therefore, we should come to the temple and see Krishna, and see Krishna is here. Krishna appeared, and I want his mercy. So you can go in front of the deities, seek his mercy. Please give your mercy means your mercy is service, nothing else. Right? So that is a temple. Therefore, to visible to our imperfect eyes, Krishna has appeared in the stone form, and Krishna is not a stone. Therefore, we are worshipping Krishna in this form. That's why our temples are expanding everywhere. Therefore, the conclusion is to go to the temple, to relate with Krishna there with the deities, to relate and naturally. That's why you go to different people. You go to Balaji, you will go to Sri Rangam, you will go to different places because Lord has manifested. Is it not? The whole vibration is different when you go there. The whole consciousness is different. Isn't it? So, so one should be very much inclined. Now the next step is Prabhupada is going. He is telling one should be very much inclined to live around the temple, he says now. Circle of the temple. Now the cat is out of the bag. 60 people are around the temple. Cat is out the bag. That's what I'm coming now. So I asked you one day in a month. So Prabhupada is coming there. So if you have a temple, a house next to the temple, the benefits only don't expect from the temple, but you should also give benefit to the temple. And what is that benefit? Have one day, 30 days, one day. That you give, but 30 days Krishna will reciprocate. Is it not? So my point of this Harinam Sankirtan, the first task force was done by Lord Chaitanya himself. He did this. He told Nityananda Haridas Thakur, please go to everybody's house. So I didn't say anything wrong. Did I say anything wrong? All your neighbors, prasadam will come from the temple. What else? If you want more than that, our Swayam Prakash will come. If you want, I'll send Madhupati who will do nice kirtan. Where is our devotee kirtan leader? Oh, he is also come today. Hey Baba, you are wanted. 30 days a month you are booked. Because, because we have 60 houses, I don't know how you will expand to 2. So, point is nice a way of putting things together, is it not? I didn't do it, Prabhupada did it. So now he's talking about live around the temple. So actually, the symptoms are like this, that if one has to make progress, adopt this Queen Kunti's prayer and make. Now, he concludes by singing this song, Narottam Das Thakur. He says, Aha Prabhu Nanda Sutta, Rishabhanu Sutta, Jute Karuna Koroi E Baro. Now I am fully surrendered. Oh Krishna, you show mercy. And that is not a fact. But he is also talking about 2 aspects. Krishna is not alone. Krishna is with Radha. Because mercy potency is Radha, right? He says, now you cannot escape giving mercy because Radha is also there. Even if you leave, she will hold me. So now you both are there, then I am well protected. So Narottam Das Thakur is singing that song and Prabhupada quotes that. So in conclude, I told you that desires will never die. It was in January 22nd. Ayagriva was talking to Srila Prabhupada. Very interesting point Prabhupada makes. Prabhupada, we can't limit him only to Bhagavatam. He can some letters. Prabhupada has to be taken in all his activities, whether he is brushing, whether he is offering prayers, whether he is communicating with somebody. It was all transcendental. Okay, and see how he connects people. Why this movement is growing? Because the mercy of Prabhupada is beyond our comprehension. Very highly impossible. We can't know. So the mood of Prabhupada is so magnanimous that he has placed of the billion people in his heart. Can you imagine? But that has to be done through his devotees. He is creating an army. So joining ISKCON means joining an army of Srila Prabhupada. But he is our commander-in-chief. We have to do whatever he says, not whatever we want. 2 things are there. Whatever we want, some concession will be there. But if you want to be a true follower, try as much as possible that you follow what he wants. So there was an interaction. Prabhupada, June 22nd, 70s somewhere. Prabhupada last night in Vrindavan, after Kirtan, he tells us that even if we cannot prosecute Krishna consciousness, that means when we make progress, we cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness. in full, but we should still accept it. Once a person has taken to Krishna consciousness, Krishna will never leave him, but you may leave him. What Prabhupada is making, see this. Pattar ke lakir mein likh do. Krishna will never leave you, but you may leave him. So he says, Krishna conscious will revive even in his next life as a Shudra. Now he says to all this previous. He says, previously you American boys and girls were addicted to eating meat and engaging in many abominable habits. Yet you immediately took up to Krishna consciousness. This is because your last life you were Krishna conscious. By activity you did not complete. Now you can understand. If you are sitting here, something you must have done in previous life. Any praman you want? Shuddha pure devotee is speaking, Baba. He is telling that for those mlechas, you are all sitting here. How many people with all dirty clothes were sitting there? The people would never take bath for 2 months, 3 months. So that who are those? Hippies, huh? So that's the power. He tolerated all these abuses. The amount of pain Srila Prabhupada went through itself sufficient for us to become a devotee of Krishna. So Prabhupada continues. He says that this is because your last life you have done something which you did not complete. There is no loss. This is assured by Narada to Vyasadeva as in Bhagavad Gita confirmed. So Prabhupada is telling to Vyasadeva, you don't worry, you write the Bhagavad. It doesn't matter. Once you have taken up the Krishna consciousness, wherever you may take birth, in whichever country you take birth, it does not matter. You will take up that process. That is the nature of a bhakti which grows and grows and grows. I have told you to the plant of bhakti. Lord Chaitanya likens bhakti to a sowing seed in the heart of the spiritual, by the spiritual master. So today, this expansion of this movement is going because Prabhupada planted there. And every devotee is planting, is it not? How many of you are giving benefit to so many people? Is it not? How many people you have made devotees? Is it not? Take the credit, no? But that credit, from where it comes, that also you acknowledge, no? You cannot say that, okay, this is my credit. But that credit, you should also think. So this is that gratitude. Today, this movement is growing because Prabhupada engaged. Today, if you are speaking nice Bhagavad Gita, if you have become a good person, that is because of Prabhupada. That is because of Krishna. So if natural this, if you are start giving that whatever your achievement, you just pass it on to the previous people who helped you, you are a winner. That's why ego will never come. It will be far off. So once the seed is sown, it will fructify, grow and grow. Finally, it will penetrate the universe, Brahma Jyoti. Finally, it goes to the higher planet, Guloka Vrindavan, which is the eternal place of Krishna. So this is spoken 70. And it's true today. How many people, especially people who have left this world, their consciousness, how it was. Pratyaksha Brahman, how many sannyasis left? How many ordinary people who are Krishna consciousness, they all left. They have wonderful experience we've seen. No doubt about that. Now, so Srila Prabhupada concludes, Goloka Vrindavan is the ultimate destination. So Krishna conscious may seem chucked for time being, but it is only temporary. It will again come out. The desire to serve Krishna will never die. This will come even in next life. And he concludes. I also rest my case here. And a great opportunity for all of us. Today I was sharing, I was introduced to a task force by Sunduru Prabhu. Where is he? Can you come here? So, but I was just thinking it was not one task force. There were many task forces already working, but we didn't expose them. Suddenly I became, after going home, I was thinking, hey, we exposed, I came to know about one task force, but I forgot about the others. The other task force is people already working behind the scene of building the temple. So many have contributed, so many have collected money. And it's already different task forces are already there. This task force is limited to execution of this particular item or this particular occasion of exposing to the world about the temple opening. But behind this, so many task force have come behind. My own Guru Maharaj, when he came here, when he did this Gudli Puja, the very day he came with so much difficulty, he came. He spent his whole day. The night, before that, he asked me, Narahari, what about the financial status? Guru Maharaj, I don't know what is tomorrow. That day, he himself started and begged devotees and preached. He gave me 1 crore an event. That was in 2018. So that seed capital of 1 crore, which his disciples gave, today we've gone more than 13 crores we have collected, and this beautiful temple is going to come up. Already there, and you are the custodian of this. So any temple you're donating is different from management of the temple. Building a temple is much more, 1,000 times your money. Today, all of you are sitting here. You have a great responsibility, not just opening the temple, but making this beautiful temple go in everybody's heart. And that's what Prabhupada did. 108 temples, so many there. And the only thing is our cooperation with our Guru, understand Prabhupada's mood and give that mood to others. That's what it is. Don't send one devotee back outside the temple by our mistake. By mistake also, don't do anything. Be careful, because your etiquette, some Atithi Devo Bhava is representing Narayan. And all this time, Jagannath, not many people knew. So very few people came, but still temple came up. But the same Jagannath is manifesting as Radha and Krishna. Thousands of people will come, because they've seen those murtis. In South India, not many people know about Jagannath, right? So it is taking much more time for people to relate. But that time, when the temple opens, you see Juhu temple, whether you preach or not, deities are preaching. Is it not? Is it not the deities of Juhu not preaching? Where was it? Somewhere in the corner, nothing was there. The same history also here. So when deities Radha and Krishna come and Virajman in the altar, thousands of people will come. Please entertain them with all love and affection, and it pleases Krishna. And that's what we are supposed to. Can we do that? Only 62 days left. Get ready. How much ever time you spend here, come with a pleasure, with a pleasing mind. Come with no anxiety. With a heart of love and affection. Just like a child come from the school, the mother is so happy that the child is happy. In the same way, all these people are wandering around the world. They just by chance they come inside the temple, and that chance should become their good luck. Create a good luck for them, and they should not go home. They should leave their Atma here and go only with the body. Right? Nobody wants this body anymore. It's dwindling. So a great opportunity for all of us, that it's coming, it's manifesting. 13 years back, we didn't know what to do. Everything is happening because of Krishna's mercy, because we cooperate. So cooperation makes a lot. Now, one chapter is over. That means temple construction is over. The second chapter is the deities are going to manifest there. The second chapter, maintenance, is not easy. So all of you have to take the role of Vishnu or Vishnu Duta. Brahma's work is over. I'm going to go out. So you are there. So you have to look at that. And this creation of this world has to expand all around this Kumarasamy layout. And certainly a future, I don't know what fortunate these people are, that Krishna chose this place. Every time what Prabhupada would do, would think of having Krishna in somewhere. But here when Prabhupada left, Krishna chose what Prabhupada wanted. So Krishna chose this place on behalf of Prabhupada. And when Prabhupada was there, they would take Prabhupada here, there, there. Whatever what Prabhupada would say, you would see a church. Why can't we convert this into a temple? You would see. So wherever Prabhupada's life he was looking at, even we have also come up with that cement shed has turned down this. You see our background, it was only one cement go down where their lordship were sitting. They still tolerated me there also, and now also they are tolerating. So you can see Lord's mercy is so much that it is our cooperation. He already cooperated. But while coming from there, he had to take one break. He had to give some mercy to some Mayavadis. In Kankarmati was there for 3 months. And those people had to come and tell us, please take your duties and go. We don't want our philosophy to be changed. We were sitting in a Mayavada temple preaching Tattvavada. Huh? So this is the magic of Prabhupada. Can we sit in a Mayavada temple and preach Krishna consciousness? Huh? So we have to be careful. And they came to know, and they said, we have given you 6 months time, better we are. Because Lord has his own will. He wanted to, deliver this side. A time was there where we had 7,000 square feet of land we were getting in Banashankari, near that bank colony. Remember that? Bank colony, there, Srinagar, that place we were supposed to get. So the morning I went, we had applied for the land. The morning I went and met the BDA commissioner. He said, Mr. Narahari, you don't worry, everything is fixed, that land is yours. Many people have come, but yours is on the top of the. You are a good friend. I was giving a lot of rasgullas, but you were giving many things. So everything was done, 7,000 square feet. It was right in all the, around the place bank colony. Most of them were State Bank of people, State Bank of Mysore people. They had that colony and they had given that because of CSI. Everything was done. Then 7 o'clock they announced everything, and I go there and I see my paper was never there. And by evening, the top man who was ruling at that time, he had allotted to his own interest some Christian community who came from Tumkur. I went and asked that BDA commissioner. He didn't have face. Narahari, I don't have anything to show. Chief Minister himself directed this should be allotted to him. ISKCON ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. The whole thing went. So now at that moment it perturbed me. But this moment, good Krishna did that. Because we got 1 acre and we got you. So you can see how in Krishna's realm, negativity is not there. It may appear negativity, but it's not. So many places we thought opposite in Yashoda Hospital, what is that? Marath layout. There we got 2 acres of land. Almost it had come to the last moment. We were about to get the land. But again, one Ravana Kumbhakarna came in the last moment there. He said that, see, that means they cooperated with Krishna. So we should not say anything wrong in that, because the same person gave 200, 700 acres for Belgaum temple. But the same person said, no, how many times we have to give you land? That it was there, and he wrote a remark telling that this is not favorable, and he wrote a favorable, unfavorable. This cannot be given to Islam. So that I took that paper, I went to, that time the another chief minister was there. He was lying there. He was about to sign. They signed, but he was coming after 3 days, but he lost his seat within 2 days. So that went to the dustbin. What a disappointment. 2 acre land in the prime area, but it was far up from you people. It's good for you now. Maratalli, So again a disappointment there. Yeah, I was thinking, what is happening? But if I remember today from that, I said, very good, this is near my house. And near all of you. So we don't know what Krishna wants. So I was 100% understood. Krishna has his own plans. But our endeavor should not stop. We endeavored more than 30, 40 places we have endeavored. In BDA alone, 18 times we have done. But today, what an enjoyment. How many people are benefited. And their lordship also walked it. You know that Radha Krishna also walked it. We never chose them. He himself came up. You all know, no? One Janmashtami, middle of the night. Where is time to come? He was waiting when they will come. We had kept it secret. Huh? He was fighting around which temple he will go. And suddenly landed up at 11:30 midnight. And what was the secret? We opened that day, darshan. And that was the Radha Krishna weavers. They were actually sitting in a car parking area. And they came. So the miracles of the Lord with Srila Prabhupada's movement, 100% there. And the miracles of deities. We were thinking, in that time, Sakshi Gopal, so many other things. It cannot happen now. So it has happened. We never anticipated this would come, that Lord themselves came. So sometimes we endeavor, Krishna sanctions. Sometimes Krishna doesn't sanction because he wants something else. So today a prime property here will not cost less than 50 to 100 crores. A capital market of this land is not less than 100 crores. You have a great wealth, Baba. Exploit it. Just don't laugh. In reality, give this wealth of the holy name. Gulo Kera Premadana will come out of Kumar Sami layout, which is coming there. Come to this and it will distribute. So floor is to you. Sundar Gopal, Sundar. Prabhuji, floor is yours. Hare Krishna, any comments? Any reflections? Each devotee who are with me, they will tell their own miracles. Mine is very small. Yes.
Hare Krishna. So we are going to be taking the Sunday school children for Nagar Kirtan in some time. So we had planned for taking them in the other gate other than the main entrance because this gate will be closed. But there are a lot of scooters blocking. So if any of your vehicles are blocking the second gate next to the main gate, kindly remove it so that we can safely take the children out.
Did you not take from the main?
So there's a lot of construction material. So please request you to move the scooters and vehicles from there as soon as possible. Thank you.
So any reflections? What is next? We have also to share with you. Come.
So wonderfully, you were mentioning, Prabhuji, that how Kunti Devi, although Lord Krishna helped them in so many ways, and now there are no difficulties, but still she is feeling for the need of the mercy of the Lord. And one point really, which was very amazing to read from the Prabhupada's purport, is that Prabhupada writes in the purport that the highest achievement of perfect civilization is to work with valor, but at the same time depend completely on the Lord. So we should be working very hard, putting our whole endeavor, and at the same time depending on the mercy of the Lord. So at the end, when I was just when you were sharing of all the incidents of getting the land, then I was wondering that you were also following in the footsteps of Kunti Maharani, putting all your endeavor to
there
get some.
There were many with me.
Yeah. All the devotees, they were like so eager to give a place to Krishna that they were putting their whole endeavor at the same time, like, depending on the Lord, so that by that now we can see that there is so wonderful community which has come up, and also the your vision of having 60 programs. I was just wondering why only 60 devotees around the temple, why not the other devotees who are there other places also?
No, that we will take care of. They will do it. Let this first 60 take up. They will influence.
That was one point, Prabhuji. depend on the mercy of the Lord. And also another thing which really uh, struck me was that you just give the example of the dog. When a person gives a bread or something to the dog becomes so loyal to the person and like always it goes to the same person. Then the same way, how much we should be running to Krishna to serve him and always to be eager to uh, see to it whatever is needed for his pleasure, then he is giving us so many wonderful things. This was one more point which was really very
I just add to it. That bread was thrown. He didn't want, he threw it. But here we are giving in a plate.
so that was one more point which was really very striking. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for such wonderful uh, class, inspiring all of us. That, and also you're mentioning that now the temple is coming up in 62 days, and after that the uh, real thing of taking care of the maintenance of the temple, everybody coming together and being there, and at the same time how we should be very careful not to let anybody who comes to the temple send them out because of our way of speech or behavior or actions, which we should be very cautious and careful. Thank you very much.
Any one of you want to some reflection? Where is this? Conclusion from your side. It's okay. You don't want to speak. Otherwise, in my room, you give so much lecture. She is so dear to me now. She beats me. Everything is half love. Okay, try out. All right. So how do you go? Both? What is next? So we have received the names of the deities, but it's been 3 plus 3. So still we are working on the final aspect. So those 3 names we will announce. The final one will be done on the probably opening day or just before that, because still we also don't know. But you will know where we are. Okay. Can you? Where the name right? So all of you can meditate on these names. Can they guess? Okay. The first name in the list is Radha Vinoda. The next name in the order is Radha Vallabha. The third one in the list is Radha Kanta. Now go on meditating. Now coming to the names of, they have given names to even Nitai Gaur. So I'll just go in order. We have to combine them both. One name is Nityananda Raya. Then another name for Nitai is Nitai Natabara. The third one for Gauranga is Sachisutta. Fourth one is Gaurasundara. Then the fifth one for Lord Gauranga says that Ajanu Lambata Bujau Nitai Gaura. So this is sent by my spiritual master. So win these names, something will come up. Radha Vinoda. Now you can all debate, you can, discuss. It'll be nice, It'll be nice. We were also discussing like that. This name can be there. For some time we were name conscious. We were arguing, why can't this name, why can't, this is what is Krishna conscious about. Huh? There should be confusion, but Krishna should be there. All right. So some of these names will be there and it will come up shortly. And what else? So he will just give a brief glimpse about how we are going to go forward.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Actually, he was not coming. I pulled him because he thinks he's not responsible, but I think he's responsible. That's what I said. Krishna knows is. So I told him, Krishna will not be pleased. You better come here. So he came because he had some. It's not that intention was not bad. He had some promising, but he didn't know that this is more important also. So he had to complete it.
Hare Krishna. So to start with, did you all see the countdown board, the LED display, the ground floor? Okay, so what does it remind us? Urgency to do the seva, right? So we have only 62 days left. Of course, we told him to put a 62 days more, but looked like his English was not that good. So we put 62 day and something like that. Okay, so we'll make that correction. So this is you can just connect it with your Bluetooth and change whatever you want. So that's how we put. Okay, great. Now, so Janmashtami is around the corner, is on 6th of September. So what we're doing is this time we're going to have grand festival celebration of Janmashtami. So we'll have it in the existing temple premises. And because we can't use the new temple premises until the real opening is. So for Janmashtami, what are we going to do is we're going to bring in a lot of awareness for people to come for Janmashtami. But when they turn up to the premises, they will actually see the temple opening, the new temple opening dates and opportunities and activities and all those things. They will see that, right? So that way, what happens? We generally get about 20,000 for Janmashtami. So we will do a lot of promotion to see if we can get more. All of them will come and see those banners and posters which talks about new temple opening, right? So this time we want to have a lot of devotees, both Matajis and Prabhujis, to help in the reception counter, right? This is like receiving all the guests, the volunteers, the congregation members, the devotees who are coming to the temple for Janmashtami, right? So at that time, they can be easily educated. They can be directed to show that, hey, something, fabulous, something's going to happen another 15, 20 days from now. So that's the main agenda. So remember this. To help us out in this, for Janmashtami, take off. 6th, 7th, 8th, please take off. Apply for your leave so that you're all available, full-fledged to do this seva, right? So what's the goal? We will use Janmashtami to educate people about the new temple. So we need lots of volunteers in the receiving side. Receive them very nicely, engage them in seva, and educate them all those. Okay? Sounds like a plan? So 20,000, 25,000 already circulated by this, right? Great. Apart from this, we will also start promotion of the new temple opening, which is scheduled for 2nd of October. That is the public, right? So we'll start that activity also immediately after Janmashtami, so that as many people are educated about this new temple. We'll invite guests from other temples. We'll invite guests from various cities. So that way, it'll be a great opportunity to connect with so many devotees, talk to them, get them to the temple. Now, for this new temple opening, we'll also have many, many Maharajas, sannyasis that are Swamiji is going to be coming. So what happens? At one shot, we get darshan of all of them, right? You get their mercy, you get darshan of so much. That is going to be really amazing. So, October 2nd, rewind days. That also is your vacation day, right? So get ready to apply for leaves for these 2 dates. Huh? Holiday. Yeah, I'm saying 5 days. That the entire block of dates. Yeah. So that way, we can do really something special. This is our offering to the lotus feet of Radha, right? If Radha Krishna sees, what is the greatest message, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? If I see people working cooperatively, that's the greatest offering that can, right? So let's all work cooperatively for the lordships, and we'll give that as an offering to Srila. Okay, works good. So that's a very high level plan. Details we will start now sending you lots of messages. Volunteer, come forward, take it up. There is enough seva for all. You're a child, you're a youth, you're a middle age, you're elderly. All of you have enough sevas, right? So we'll try our level best to engage each one of you so that we can have a very, very blissful. Okay? Sounds good? Okay. Any comments or any innovative ideas you have? Prabhuji, we can do something like this. Please don't hesitate to WhatsApp me. We will take your idea, then see what we can do the best of it. Okay? All ideas are a good idea. Somewhere there will be value. We will try to accomplish. Thank you so much.
There was one suggestion. People said, who don't care that people remove the shoes. No, they are not able to do it. So yesterday, one guest had come. He said, can you have one chair? You can remove the chair. They have to stand. And so you ask suggestion, I can, yeah, good.
So we'll not put a chair because chair will go away.
Stool.
So we'll put a bench just
Yeah.
fixed to the wall. So people
Stool.
can.
See, that is protective. Krishna's property we have to protect.
So now coming to sequence of events. We are about 90% close to done. So interior is more or less is done. So the exterior is what we are working on now. Especially the entrance, the compound walls, and some beautification of gardens and tiles, things like that. Those are all the things that are going to be happening for the next 15-20 days or not. And some mural works have come. How many of you have seen the mural of Gaurang Mahaprabhu? No?
Not many have seen.
So, okay. So where is it coming, Prabhuji? Where is Gaurang Mahaprabhu's mural? From the eastern side. Eastern side, front face. Okay. So you can see which is eastern side? This is eastern side. So you stand on the road on the eastern side, then look at the building. You will see a very tall wall cladding done, and in the center there is Gaurang Mahaprabhu. It's a mural artwork. Of course, there's going to be painting that's going to happen around the last week of August. Now, this mural artwork is life-size artwork. The size of Gaurang Mahaprabhu that was done here is exactly his original life size.
But
Okay.
unfortunately, it's gone up, it's become small. Like Vamana,
So that was okay. So like that, you will see there are many nice things that have been. Go walk around inside the temple. You will see many nice things are being done. You should send your comments about what your observations are. So that will help us to see we can better something or introduce more newer things, right? So that's how you will see for the next 15-20 days. You will see all the exterior and all these things getting completed. And by Janmashtami, we should be almost like 99% done. If there is any rework here and there, we'll just do those. So we'll just be ready to receive His Holiness Jayaprakash Swami Maharaj and other Prabhupada disciples and other sannyasis for this event and have this wonderful festival. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so the real Haribol is when all of you volunteer. Okay.
because your temple, you all have to go do it together.
Yes.
So
So-
when all of us, our father's building, Guru Pravesh is happening, so children have to work now very hard.
So
So
let
now Krishna will see that we put ourselves, whatever 100%, whatever time we give, we do 100%, then that's the best. So what's in your mind will come through the heart. And every ISKCON center has been progressing that way because Devotees are wonderful. Krishna is wonderful. Muduram, Muduram.
Sweetness. So now this is our temple, our festival. We'll all work with it. Okay. Now we have one request to all of you. Just to register these dates. Okay. Have these impressions in your heart for these dates. 27th, 28th, 29th are the 3-day event for the temple opening. On the 29th of September is the actual Prana Pratishtha of deities, followed by Mahabhishek. Now, on 29th, pretty much all the events will get to a closure. And likely in a day or two after that event, we'll have initiation ceremony. Okay? All devotees aspiring Guru-ashraya, Harinam initiation, Brahmanical initiation. Everything will happen on within 1 or 2 days after the temple opening. Now, on October 2nd is the Gandhi Jayanti. So everyone will remember, but it's also our temple anniversary. So we're going to have the new temple opening on the same. Okay. So now what I request you is, what's the difference between October 2nd and 29th? So please remember this. October 2nd is the face of the temple, the entire public. Right? That means who are visitors to ISKCON or newcomers, all these people, they will come on 2nd of October. On 2nd of October, we were trying to invite some celebrities, some professionals, some politicians, and all these people, so that it will just popularize this place. And also, they will receive the mercy of the Lord. Right? So that's October 2nd. Now, October 2nd is not for us. We'll serve, but that's not the real day for us. What's the real day for us? 29. So that's for the practicing devotees. So for 29, do not pass this information about 29 to general public. Okay? Because our devotees congregationally will be 1,000, and to serve them itself is going to be a big challenge. So we will focus on serving the devotees for 27, 28, 29, but we'll focus and give all our energy for serving the public on 2nd of October. Right? So when you speak, whom do you speak? Use those correct dates. Otherwise, we'll have many dates getting spoken out, and then we'll have more devotees coming. It's going to be a challenge for us to serve all of them. Sounds good? Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Quick announcements and reminders. First of all, let us all thank His Grace Narahari Chaitanya Prabhu for the wonderful and amazing class by loudly chanting once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have a couple of sponsors today for Prashadam. We have Muralidhar Prabhu who sponsored Prashadam today. We also have